A role is a collection of actions that can be performed on Azure resources. A user or a service can perform an action on an Azure resource, provided they have the role assigned to them. There are many built-in roles. There are certain common inbuilt roles. We call them as owner, contributor, and reader. So owner can manage everything including access. A contributor can manage everything except access. A reader will have just read-only access, can just view everything, but they cannot make any changes. Let's go into the Azure portal and see where we can assign permissions to the resources. So everything that you see inside the Azure portal is nothing but an Azure resource. So let's say I go and click on a storage account, and this is a resource. I already have a storage account, and now I want to grant permissions to, let's say, a new user. And because the user is new, I want to grant him just read-only permissions or maybe the reader role. So you can use the Azure portal to make your role assignments. In this example, I'm using the storage account and then navigating to the IAM section where we can manage the current role and scopes. You can add and remove the roles as you need. You can add the synced users from on-premise Active Directory and the synced groups as well. And this is what enables organizations to centrally grant access to the resources. I can just click on add and then add role assignment, and all the roles that I was referring to is all defined right here. You want to grant somebody a monitoring reader access, log analytic access, or log analytics contributor. Well, you can go ahead and look at all of these options we have. Then if there is any confusion, then just hover your mouse over this information icon and it tells you what that is. Users and groups are sourced from Azure Active Directory. So once I've selected a role, I can then select a user from this list. Well, if you don't find the user in this list, just start typing in the username and it automatically pops up, only if it is available. Okay, so I'll type a user called as Andre, and I want to grant access to Andre on my subscription, specifically on my storage account, and he or she will then have the reader access. Let's click on save. So when Andre now logs into the Azure portal, they will then be able to read what's there inside the storage account. Now these users that you saw in this list, they can be either on-premise Active Directory users or can be the users that are created in Azure AD directly. Let's talk about more powerful permissions in the next lesson, specifically global administrator role.